Without a doubt, the biggest and most surprising reveal at the recent Game Awards was that of the Xbox Series X, formerly known as Project Scarlett, Microsoft's next-gen console launching in holiday 2020. It looks as bold as its name sounds, and seems to resemble a PC tower. That is, if the tower was stylized like an Xbox One. With its monolithic structure, it's an unusual look for a console, but it definitely catches the eye, while still echoing the design aesthetic established by the Xbox One. According to Xbox boss Phil Spencer, the idea was to make it disappear into one's entertainment setup. As such, the overall noise level is comparable to the Xbox One X, which is a very good thing. Spencer said while speaking with GameSpot, "There's always been this tension between design and the kind of acoustics and cooling and function of the console, and we were not going to compromise on function. I'm just incredibly impressed with the design that they came back with." Regarding the controller, it's fairly similar to what we've seen on the Xbox One, though slightly smaller. Older accessories will still work on the Xbox Series X, while the new controller can work on the Xbox One and PC in turn. The biggest difference is the new share button, ideally to get those clips and highlights to friends faster. Spencer also talked about learning from the Elite controller and fan feedback. One change is the D-pad. "We have a new hybrid D-pad that we've been working on that we think is important, so you'll get a sense of that in the new Xbox wireless controller. We do have a share button too. We've heard the feedback. We're not the first ones to do a share button, so we're not going to say that we've invented that, but we've heard feedback that sharing is such a part of a gaming experience now for many of our players that I wanted a dedicated hardware button to share, so you'll see that. We'll still have all the rumble triggers and haptic feedback that you've had on the console before." It was also confirmed that players could pause and resume multiple games at a single time, though why you'd do this is another question entirely. The name Series X also seems to imply another kind of series down the line. Perhaps the Lockhart rumors are true then. While Spencer didn't specifically address the existence of another console, he did state that, obviously in the name Series X, it gives us freedom to do other things with that name so that we can create descriptors when we need to. But while its name and its form factor were definitely brand new pieces of information, one thing that Microsoft has been maintaining ever since they first started talking about it at E3 right up until now is how they want to make it their most impressive piece of hardware so far. Spencer also revealed some more new details on the Series X, spilling information about its specs and how the console matches up in comparison to the Xbox One and the Xbox One X. First up is the GPU, which is supposedly going to be hitting roughly 12 teraflops, as rumored, which will be capable of ray tracing, and Microsoft are hoping 8K resolutions and an 120Hz refresh rate in the future. "We wanted to have a dramatic upgrade from the Xbox One base console," Spencer said. "So when we did the math, we're over 8 times the GPU power of the Xbox One and 2 times what an Xbox One X is." Meanwhile, on the CPU front, Spencer says that the Series X is 4 times as powerful as the Xbox One, while also confirming improvements to input and output speed, as much as 40 times better, an upgrade to the GDDR6 memory, as well as a solid-state hard drive. I/O, or input-output, is always an issue, Spencer said. How do we move both memory and bits around? So we have a 40 times improvement on the I/O speed, increased bandwidth for us moving things around on the console compared to the past generation, and we've upgraded to GDDR6 memory inside of the box to ensure that the memory itself is able to keep up with the CPU, GPU, and the bandwidth requirements. We've invested in NVMe solid-state drives, and we're also giving developers a lot of new capabilities, and on top of that, try to virtually eliminate load times, he added. All said, Spencer feels Microsoft have built the most powerful console we can. "Our goal has always been to build the most powerful console we can, and I think we're there," he said. "We like leading in power and performance, and I feel like we're going to be there again." The Xbox Series X is launching during holiday 2020, with Halo Infinite as a launch title. Beyond that, there are of course multiple other games in the works across Microsoft's 15 first-party studios, one of which was also revealed at the Game Awards, that being Ninja Theory's Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga. And yes, the trailer, which Microsoft confirmed was rendered in-engine, looks as disturbing as the original game, if not more. Hellblade 2 was apparently already on Ninja Theory's roadmap by the time Microsoft acquired them. For all the criticism levied against Ninja Theory for working on a multiplayer title like Bleeding Edge, this was perhaps the best possible response. With a year still left before the Xbox Series X is finally released into the wild, there's a lot more that Microsoft are going to talk about in the imminent future, such as the console's price and whether or not the Lockhart rumors are true, and more details on how xCloud is going to be integrated. And looking at the way they've handled their next-gen reveals till now, we can't help but be optimistic about what's around the corner.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.